Hello, good morning. Hope you're all well. Sorry I didn't do a vlog or blog last week, but I was particularly busy, as I think most of you are aware. And I've just published a book. So I've just published my second book called Out of the Hallway, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. I think it's okay. It's good. And it documents a period of time in my life between 1987 and 1995. So the period when I left school to when I met my husband, and all the ups and downs of my life at that time. Some of it positive, some of it not so much. And I kind of look. I've tried to be as frank as I can, without without going into too much graphic detail, and kind of read it between the lines of the book. I think you'll get the gist of what my life was like back then, and it was pretty raucous compared to my life now, really. And I was young, I was a student, and and I was finally living life, and what all students do. I didn't really go to university to study, although I passed, thank God. But I actually went to live my life, to be the person I wanted to be, and it kind of worked out well. Well, I've met my current husband, and we've been together 30 years. So it all went, it all not to plan, because all of this was, my life back then was quite spontaneous, and yeah, it's it's a good book. Look, buy the book. I'm hoping you'll enjoy it. You'll probably get an insight into my life that you didn't know beforehand, and that's not a bad thing, really. And I do wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'm quite able and willing to share details of my student days. Really, I've sold a few copies, to be fair, which is great, and I get the figures coming through from Amazon all the time, and it's selling more than the first book, which I did actually expect, because the first book was very different, and it was kind of based around my childhood, and it wasn't really offensive in any shape or form. It was about a normal childhood growing up, really. This one is rather different. So you'll have to let me know what you think. Um, I've had, gosh, a mixed few weeks, really. I've still got that blasted nipple pain. It's calming down now, so it's getting to a stage where I can wear clothes happily, but I do get that odd twinge every now and again, and it's obviously nerve related, because the actual nerve pain in the nipple itself has completely gone, and that's good. But I'm kind of left with a dull pain every now and again when I sort of move about. So what I think's happened is I've lifted something and I've banged my chest, and I must have disrupted the nerves in there. And I've also, maybe I don't know, bruised the ribs or whatever. I don't have any breathing issues with it, but it's caused a level of inflammation, in effect, and it's just been a case of just waiting for it to heal, and it has taken a bloody long time. On Monday it will be 10 weeks. 10 weeks since it happened, but apparently it can take a long time. Now, I was told I should go for an ultrasound and an x-ray and all the rest of it, and I'm like, do you know what, do I really need to, really? They had a feel about, they couldn't find any lumps, and it was, forget it. And like everything in Australia, I'd have to pay for that, and I'm not constantly paying out for medical stuff. So, you know, I'm I'm gonna cope with it, because at the moment it is getting better, and this is unusual for me, because usually I'll be the first person straight to get the test done, straight to get this, that, and the other done. But this time, not. I'm like, ease off, put up with it, It's minor discomfort. It's not, it's not nothing serious, hopefully. I've also got an appointment now for the glaucoma specialist, so I've got that on, gosh, when have I got it? It's March the 6th. And my optician said to me, look, she said it was fine. I didn't need to see a glaucoma specialist at this point. But I was unaware that I had narrow angles at that point. She told me that my angles were narrow, which can cause acute, what's it called? Acute narrow angle glaucoma. Closure? Something? The closure's in there somewhere. But that is dangerous because you can go blind almost instantaneously. And with the high eye pressure as well, I think it's imperative that I seek a second opinion or seek, another diagnosis from a specialist, because there may be things they can do. Now, there is an operation where they sort of put a couple of holes in the top of your eyes, and which relieves the pressure and hopefully prevents, acute closure. But whether I'm sort of in need of that or not, I don't know. I think if I was in, a position where it was going to happen imminently, then they would have discussed, or my optician would have discussed, getting that kind of operation done. But, they haven't, and she hasn't. And, I am where I am. I know the signs to look for. I think I've had this conversation with you before. So I know what I'm looking for. I know the danger signs, and I know what to do. So it is quite scary because, I use my sight like everybody else daily. I could not do without my sight. I am a writer and a blogger, so it would make life very, very difficult if I lost any vision. My vision is not great anyway, because as I've got older, I'm sort of having to wear thicker and thicker glasses as such, and my prescription's going up and up all the time. I've had to get new glasses again because, my eyes are getting worse, and it will do as I get older. So it is a constant worry at the back of my mind, and I've just, someone with health anxiety, I'm looking a bit haggard and drained because, things get on top of you. They really, really do. And I'm getting older. So as I get older, I'm going to get more things wrong with me. And that's just a fact of life. And I don't like getting older. I really don't. It's not something I'm enjoying at all, full stop. So I think it's about learning coping mechanisms, etc. Now, I was referred to have counselling done for health anxiety. I haven't taken that up. And, at $300 a session, it's not something I can afford at the moment. And, I would need a lot of sessions. So I've got Japan to pay for God's sake. I mean, look, for me, travel is the biggest saviour in my life. It is akin to antidepressants, anti-anxiety medication. It is fantastic. So the more I travel, the more relaxed I am, and the better life is, really. So that kind of, that helps me out tremendously. Monday we went to Fremantle, and we both had a few days off, and I thought I needed a few days off just to sort of recharge. So we went to Fremantle, and we sort of visited the old flat where I used to live, or we used to live, should I say. And kind of weird going back there. A lot smaller than what I remember. It's obviously the greenery and everything around it has grown up quite a lot, and it was very different. I recognised parts of it. I kind of recognised the flat just, but it's in a beautiful look. It's just not that far. You can actually walk from our flat into Fremantle itself, and Fremantle is bloody expensive. It's a really expensive place to live, literally a few million for a place to live in Fremantle. It's colonial. It's lovely. It's got everything there you can imagine. beautiful shops, boutique shops, small shops. It's my idea of heaven. Very different than Midland. I would live there tomorrow, but obviously with money, it's would be a very difficult place to live, in effect. And it's nice to visit. We haven't been there for about 3 years, to be honest with you, and it really did feel like going home. It's kind of English in many ways, and it's got that feel about it. It's got that European feel. We had an Italian meal there, which was lovely, and you could almost think you were in Italy. And the weather was beautiful. It was thoroughly enjoyable. It really was. And most importantly for me is Fremantle is on the coast, and that is the biggest bonus for me. I live inland now. I live sort of near the hills of Perth, and visiting the coast, whether it's Scarborough or Fremantle or Cottesloe, visiting those places is always a joy, because you get that sea air, and sea air is amazing for you. It's amazing for you in many ways. It kind of energizes you. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. We also met a friend there as well, Dana, who we absolutely adore. We don't see enough of, and all of us have said we need to meet up, more than we do. I know our lives are busy and takes us in different directions, but there's no excuses really. So we had a few drinks, and I know what you're going to say. I should not be drinking with high eye pressure, but bugger it. I don't drink these days, so having a few drinks, sat on the top of a terrace on in a local bar restaurant was lovely and joyous, and it was, as I said, the weather was great, and you could overlook the whole of Fremantle. It was a very relaxing day, one I thoroughly enjoyed. Spent some money, bought some art, that type of stuff. It was great, and yeah, can't fault it really. So apart from that, that's been it. I haven't done anything more than usual. Once again, this will be a vlog, not a blog. I'm just giving my arms a rest, my wrists a rest, my fingers a rest, my head a rest. I'm just giving it a rest at the moment with writing, because writing that book has taken it out of me, and it's about 40,000 words. It's not a huge novel or anything. It's the second part to a memoir, but it does take it out of you. So I just need to take some time for myself, chill, relax, take a step back. That's important. Definitely important for me at the moment. And I think all the writing as well hasn't helped with my chest healing, because the constant arm movements has just kept that pain alive really, and I just need to rest. Lots of rest. Somebody said to me, actually, look, because I'm always doing stuff, whether I'm writing, working, building stuff, whatever, doing stuff around the house, I'm just constantly doing something. And me and the husband, we're always doing something, and we don't actually get a lot of time to ourselves. So on Monday when we went to Fremantle, it was a perfect opportunity just to take time out and chill. And I really do need to start doing that more, and I will start doing that more. And I've been told you have to start doing it more, so I will, and I will do. Spoke to my father as well, so that was always lovely. Haven't spoke to him for a few weeks, and he seems to be doing well, certainly better than me, and which is great to see. And he's enjoying life, which is great, which is good for me to see my father, not to see or hear that my father's in a happy place. And that's good, because it's been a tough few years for him as well, as much as it's been a tough few years for all of us. And yeah, he's happy, I'm happy. Apart from the ailments and illnesses, I'm happy enough. So yeah, listen, that's it for me. A bit waffly and rambly. I was going to talk a bit about politics and Trump, but that would just depress me, so I'm not even going to bother. Yeah, have a good one, all of you, and I'll do a written blog next week, I'm sure. So have a good one. Ciao for now.